And right now we're having a discussion on single-payer healthcare. Okay. Now, there's a lot of moaning going on from both the right and the center about how we're going to pay for that Medicare for all bill. I mean, it's just so much money. The American people, they can't afford it. They can't afford. We're too broke. We're broke. We're broke. While that's going on, while we're having this discussion about how broke we are as a nation, how we're too broke to guarantee healthcare coverage for everybody, the Senate just passed a massive increase in military spending. Now, this is inside the 2018 National Defense Authorization Act. And it says that we will spend approximately $700 billion on defense. $700 billion. That's even more money, by the way. This increase is even more money to the Pentagon than even what President Trump had asked for. So total $700 billion. Actually, we're going to give them an increase of $80 billion. Trump only asked for 50. Nope. And the Congress, they said, no, we're like, yeah, Trump, we're going to give you even more defense spending. How about that? Cash me outside. No, literally. This bill also authorizes the production of 94 F-35 jets. That's actually about 24 more jets than the Pentagon requested. Are you going to start giving out jets to people now? I mean, the Pentagon doesn't want them. Sure, I could use a jet. Why not? I mean, it's our money anyway. If you're not going to spend it on healthcare, we at least want a fucking jet. Okay? No, actually, I would rather have the healthcare. But anyway. So, here we are, wasting all this money on the Pentagon. But the people who voted for this, a lot of them anyway, they'll complain about single payer being too expensive. No, get out of here. Get the fuck out of here with that shit, right? We're literally paying for 24 more jets than the Pentagon actually wanted. Why? Well, I got the answer why. Somebody's got to get paid. Now, this gets worse. How? Because it's fucking bipartisan. Meaning that it enjoyed massive support among both parties. This won 89-8. 89-8. 89 senators were like, hey, you know what? More defense spending, more war? Wonderful. Let's vote on it. Let's pass it. Now, look, I expect Republicans to be like, no, go military. Let's put more money. Let's put trillions of dollars into the military. Yeah, America. But no, we had Democrats also voting for this. In fact, I want to give you some of the names of the Democrats who voted for this. Al Franken. What the fuck, Al Franken? Cory Booker. Kamala Harris. Tom Udall. And I think the thing that pisses me off the most, Elizabeth Warren. Elizabeth Warren, what the fuck? What the fuck are you doing, Liz? Jesus. No, let's give $80 billion more to the war machine. And look, nobody's going to bat an eye. And you know who voted against it? Kirsten Gillibrand. Pat Leahy, Jeff Merkley, Ron Wyden, Bernie Sanders, Rand Paul, Mike Lee, and Bob Corker. And there were, of course, 3 senators that did not vote. So, a lot of very progressive people voted against this. And you even had some principled Republicans. Rand Paul. And when he says, hey, I don't want to waste money on more war, I don't want to waste money on the defense, he actually does mean it. So, good on Rand Paul for at least standing for that. And Mike Lee and Bob Corker as well. I don't much agree with them on anything else, but as far as being anti-war and anti-war spending and wasting all this money, then yes, I definitely agree with them. Now look, I'm very, very pissed off, especially at Elizabeth Warren. I mean, look at the amount of money she voted to send to the defense budget. You know what? That could have paid for free tuition for every college student in America. In fact, The Intercept's Alex Emmons talked about this, and he noted that the annual increase in spending alone, $80 billion, would be more than enough to make public colleges and universities in America tuition free. In fact, actually, it could do that and have a lot of money left over. Sanders' proposal to do that, to make public colleges and universities tuition-free, would only cost about $47 billion per year. Now, that's actually less than what we spend right now on the hodgepodge of different programs and tax incentives for colleges, student loans, etc. Well, not student loans, but federal student loans, perhaps. But grant programs and Pell Grants and things like that. We actually spend more on that stuff than free college tuition for public colleges. That's insane, but we do that. And look, what have those programs actually done? Well, they haven't done anything for lowering tuition. In fact, tuition has increased by over 1,000% since the 1970s. But hey, who cares if our people are educated? Let's just drop some more bombs because Raytheon's CEO needs another new fucking yacht. And of course, the Democrats, most of these Democrats were perfectly fine with this. Look, the Democratic Party, it's not what it used to be. You know what it used to be? It used to be against ridiculous bullshit wars. Now we don't care. We've been at war for so long, this has become part of our culture. So these bills, this extra money just sails right along, man. While healthcare and tuition-free college, those are considered ponies. And look, even the so-called liberal media, which there isn't really a liberal media, pushes endless war and basically treats this as, oh, humdrum, this stuff happens every day. What, more money for endless war? Who cares? In fact, Adam Johnson, contributor to Fairness and Accuracy in Reporting, he said about the media, neither Vox nor Washington Post will have pundits lament over where will the money come from for the Department of Defense. Again, well, we got all this money for war, but we can't feed the poor. And he said money for war is just like the tides. Well, you know what? Speaking of tides, there's a wave coming. That wave is the American people. And it's getting close to us to be for a time for us to start crashing in on your heads. Okay? Look, the American people, they do want Medicare for all. They do want a living wage. And they do want education. They want those fucking ponies. Okay? And look, they're tired of you spending money on pointless wars and bombs and defense spending that doesn't do anything to keep us safe. It's time those people hold our politicians accountable and start demanding no more money for endless wars. No more extra money to the Pentagon. We already spent enough. You know what I'd do? I'd cut it in fucking half. Defense spending, cut it in half. Immediately. Use that money to fund Medicare for all and tuition-free education. Because we're done with this shit. And we're done with politicians that support this kind of endless war. Hey everybody, thanks for watching this video. If you want to see more like this, please hit the subscribe button below. And if you want to support truly independent progressive media, please consider becoming a patron at patreon.com/TYTNation.